med sjans, spør alle hva jeg gjør da. Jeg hitter kløben som om hverdag var en lørdag.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill and who he really is. So you may have heard some stuff about Tyreek Hill lately, maybe in the news. There's actually a voice recording that his fiance leaked, and after she confronted him about him breaking his 3-year-old's arm and punching him multiple times in the chest, and basically child abuse being at its max, being very crucial. He's being very cruel and mean to his child. He's only 3 years old. Now he's in foster care. It's a very bad situation all in all. But I thought I'd give you guys the specifics about it, and you may think, oh, well, may just be a one-time thing. Well, it's actually not. You see, Tyreek Hill's been in trouble in the past. When he first went to Oklahoma State University, he was actually kicked off their football team after beating up his fiance, who I don't think she's his fiance anymore, but, you know, the lady's kind of screwed up, too. She's abused their kid also. I cannot actually remember her name. Actually, I know like her name. It's just I cannot pronounce the first name, so I'm just gonna put photos up there and stuff. I'm not gonna say the kid's name or any of that. But she was actually well, how do I put this into words? She was actually strangled very badly at his apartment back in college. She's actually taken to the hospital. Actually, the cops wrote down that she had like a purple like look underneath her eye because of how bad she was beat up. She had like cuts and bruises all over her face and neck. So he basically strangled her for quite a bit of time, and then they sent her to the hospital. She was in like the emergency room, and it was just really bad. All in all, like not like strangling's a good thing or any of that. Like it's very bad. It's very sad to hear like that happened to her, and you think, oh, she just, leave him, like, and the worst part is she was pregnant at the time when he did this. She was 8 weeks pregnant, I believe, so she's basically hurting the baby, and she actually said to officers that he had strangled her and then thrown her to the ground, dragged her by the hair, picked her up, strangled her, punched her in the face, and then pushed her to the ground, punched her multiple times in the stomach before stopping, and then I don't know what exactly happened, if someone else called the cops, or it wasn't said, it didn't say in any of the articles I read. It's just a very disturbing thing what she said about what had happened and stuff, and considering she was pregnant at the time, 8 weeks pregnant, that could damage the baby up very badly in the wound, which he's very damaged now because obviously he's been beat up by his dad, broken arm, and it's just very bad. But the really interesting thing about this is, so he's a 3-time Pro Bowler, plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, and actually hasn't been kicked out of the NFL yet, cut by the Chiefs, even though they did cut Kareem Hunt, which just beat up his girlfriend in a hotel. A hotel hallway closer to the elevator. No, it's not Ray Rice, but it's Kareem Hunt. They cut him immediately after, so it's a little bit concerning that they aren't, just cutting Tyreek Hill and banning him from the NFL after. This is his second incident, and obviously he's probably abused his fiance, maybe soon-to-be wife, I'm not sure. It's very concerning, like, just to think, like, she's still with him, but, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's what it is. But the thing is that's concerning is the Chiefs actually won't cut him. See, the thing is, they have a good receiver in Sammy Watkins, who didn't have the most productive past 2 seasons ever since he left the Buffalo Bills after a trade with the Los Angeles Rams. The Buffalo Bills made which didn't make that much sense. Like, like they thought he got signed. I think it's a 4-year or 3-year deal worth like 42 million or 46 by the Kansas City Chiefs. That happened last year, so he's basically on the second year of his contract coming into this season. But they don't, and then they have Travis Kelce, and then they actually made a very bold move that could haunt them a little bit in the situation they are, keeping Hill for the amount of time they have, and the commissioner of the NFL not doing anything about it. Like it's been very quiet lately, and a lot of people are kind of wondering, like, why hasn't he been kicked out of the NFL? Why hasn't he been cut? Why hasn't he been traded? Why hasn't he been, like, noticed, like, lately? Now, like, the NFL's very, how do I say this? A little bit hypocritical when it comes to this stuff. So, if you know who Ray Rice is, which probably a bunch of people know who Ray Rice is, he actually beat up his girlfriend or wife or fiance. The same person he beat up is now his wife. I don't know if his fiance or girlfriend or wife at the time. He actually beat her up in the elevator, and the NFL knew about this for like 2 weeks, 2 months, like a while, and they didn't actually cut him. And then that video actually got leaked to the news, like to a news website or like TV deal, like, like CNN or Fox or just them kind of corporations, the news media, and then the NFL banned him for life. So basically, Ray Rice got kicked out of the NFL. Now the thing is, they've got this tape, and actually, Tyreek Hill says when she says his fiance says that he's scared of you and confronts him about this, kind of just to like get like how do I say this? Like I know if I keep saying how to say this, I'm just trying not to say like anything that sounds too inappropriate, guys. It's because it's a very serious topic, but very he calls her the B word after she says he's scared of you, and then he says you should be scared of me too, B word. And then he goes on and says like about she's like, will you spank him with a belt, which is, if you don't know, like, spanking with a belt is pretty hardcore. Like, a spanking by itself is pretty hardcore. Not many, I don't know, like, any parents that really do it today. Like, maybe one or two. But, it's just, but with a belt, that's pretty serious. That can really hurt someone. Like, leave a big red spot on your butt or whatever. It can hurt. But for it to be, like, a 3-year-old, and then he says, well, my mama says you spank him with a belt, like, there's obviously nothing right going on right here with, like, the two of them. There's obviously a very bad situation going on between the kid and his parents, and now he's in a foster home. But besides the fact, the commissioner of the NFL hasn't banned him for life after having this recording. And it's obviously his voice. You just know it is. It's no one else's. It's his. It's been identified as his. And a lot of sports, like, media and stuff, they haven't actually, like, they've been talking about this, but he hasn't been kicked out of the NFL yet. And so the Chiefs actually made a big move in the second round, trading up to get Nicole Hardman, who, if you don't know who that is, he's actually from, I want to say Georgia or Alabama. I'm pretty sure it's Georgia. And he's a wide receiver, very similar to Hill in two ways: his build, his speed, and also his very, how do I say this? His very, how do I say this? Very confusing but disturbing, like, outside of football life. So he actually posted some stuff back in college about gays and stuff, and very mean to gays and stuff. And I'll actually pull that up on the screen for you, showing like a picture of his post. And I don't know if it's on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, but besides the fact, they picked him up after they picked up Frank Clark in a trade. So this team is very screwed up, and they've kicked out Kareem Hunt, so they've got some players that have very screwed up careers. And I think it's not a stretch to say that, but yeah. And considering they have Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, and now Nicole Hardman, and then they have Sammy Coates and Demarius Robinson, and They can always add more players. Like, they're not obviously afraid to trade first rounders, second rounders. There's a lot of really good wide receivers out there that they could trade for, like Marvin Jones. They could trade for a guy like John Ross, who hasn't had a productive 2 seasons with the Bengals after injuries, and then having a quarterback like Andy Dalton and a bad offensive line. It hasn't been good for him. So I think he could get really far in Kansas City if they traded for him, and his price probably isn't that bad. And there's been like a lot of like rumors about the Chiefs are going to trade for John Ross, or the Jaguars are going to trade for John Ross. He was actually, I think, a 10th overall pick by Cincinnati Bengals. He's actually got like the NFL Combine 40-yard dash record, so he's very fast, like Tyreek Hill, and yeah, you can see him probably going to them. Or, they got Nicole Hardman, who's got like some bad stuff on his profile, but besides like the whole saying something is bad can be very bad, but doing something such as what Tyreek Hill's done and having footage basically and like proof that he's done these things is even worse. So not cutting him, putting the Chiefs in probably one of the worst situations they could be in right now, especially since like Frank Clark has had some domestic abuse issues and he pleaded guilty. But actually Tyreek Hill never pleaded guilty. He actually was sentenced to 3 years in jail, but then he took the other route, which is a lot of therapy and like going to a therapist, psychologist, and like a lot of, like just therapy and like rehab. And so basically he hasn't learned anything from this, obviously, and the Chiefs may keep him. He's a very valuable asset to their team. But yeah, that's basically it. So I think we can all agree that Tyreek Hill is a very bad person, a very disturbing person, a very, very just dirty, greedy, horrible person. And so I don't know why the Chiefs haven't cut him yet. I don't know why they haven't traded him. Just cut him. I don't know why the commissioner of the NFL is so stupid and doesn't just, kick him out. But that's just how that NFL works. So, yeah, that's it. If you guys like the video, please like it. You can subscribe if you want. I know not, you don't have to, but it helps a lot. Leave a comment on what kind of videos you want. It should be Wednesday when this video comes out, this Wednesday. So, I'm filming this on Sunday, so he could be kicked out of the NFL. There could be more, but probably not, because the NFL's keeping it quiet for the past 2 weeks. So yeah, so that's it. If you enjoyed the video, just turn on notifications, subscribe, and bye.